So I really didn't want to record these videos right now. I didn't feel like recording these videos. However, I know in order to keep my YouTube channel afloat, in order to keep the business afloat, that these videos have to be recorded. They've got to be done. Yeah, and I felt like today just coming out here and doing a live stream instead, and then going home and going and eating some food. That's what I felt like doing. Now, that's the easy option for me. It's easier for me to just come on a live stream, talk to you guys, connect with you guys, not really have a structure to the live stream. I can kind of just jump from one question to the next. It's not really that difficult. This, recording a video, having a structure, having to speak fluently and articulately without stuttering, without any of that, and get my point across in a concise way is much more difficult for me than just live streaming, right? So this is the hard option. This is the option that requires discipline for me, is recording the videos, because sometimes I don't always feel like doing it. Some days I feel really motivated. If something's just happened to me and I've learned a lesson from it, I feel like, right, the boys need to know this shit, let me go make a video. But just on a normal day like this, where I've woken up, I'm going through my video ideas that I've noted down on my phone, I don't really feel like doing it. It's just one of them. I just got to get it out there though, you know? So I want to talk to you about discipline. And I want to remind you of the power of discipline and how you can implement more discipline into your life if you're not really a disciplined individual, or you struggle with doing the things you know you need to do. Okay? So, first of all, I want to say that if you are not progressing forward, if you're not doing something, anything, even if it's not as good as you would like it to be, that's a lot of the time why I think we procrastinate and why we don't take action, is because we don't feel like doing the action. Therefore, we think that if we do the action, it's not going to be as optimal, or I'm not going to perform as best as if I would feel like doing it. Does that make sense? Are you with me with that? So it's almost because I don't feel like making these videos right now, because I feel a bit lethargic, I feel a bit tired, I feel like I'm not really speaking as fluently and as concisely as I usually do. I feel like I'm going to stutter, that kind of thing. It's like I feel like that, right? I don't feel like I'm on it. Now, if I chose to just do nothing because I don't feel like it, then ultimately I'm just deteriorating. Okay, if you're not moving forward and you do nothing, then you're pretty much just waiting to die. You're just stagnant. You just literally are deteriorating. You're not making any progress towards your goal, so you just stay here. And if you just stay here, time's going to keep going by, but you're staying down here, which means naturally you're just waiting to die. You're just deteriorating slowly as time progresses, right? In order to keep up, in order to keep growing, you have to match time. You've got to keep doing these things, even if it's shit. Even if these videos aren't as good as they usually are, the fact that I've got something out there puts me a little bit ahead. It keeps that momentum, it keeps that flow going, which makes it easier to just maintain and get into the flow of things, right? So rather than me thinking to myself, well, I don't really feel like it, let me just go and do a live stream instead, I said to myself, okay, number one, I want to keep progressing, because I know that when I'm progressing, I can get momentum. And when I can get momentum, it becomes very easy to maintain that flow. So that's number one. Progress constantly, just do something. Whatever it is that you do, is like for a workout, for example. If you don't feel like going to the gym today, you really don't feel like it, you're tired, you're ill, whatever, you don't feel like it at all, if you just go to the gym anyway, even if I feel a bit tired today, it's not really going to be that good of a workout, it's much better to do a shitty workout, okay, like a 20-minute workout where you don't really feel that good when you're doing it, but you still get it done, rather than not doing anything at all, rather than just sitting on your ass at home watching porn, right? It's much better to just go and do the workout, even if it doesn't feel as good, than it is to do nothing. So that's number one. I want you to remember, when you feel like, oh, I don't really feel like doing it, it's much better to just do something, even if it's not as good as you want it to be. As long as you're doing something, progressing forward, one foot in front of the other, you're making progress, and that's good. You're not deteriorating, you're not just waiting to die, okay? You're actually taking action, you're forcing the universe to give you what you want. That's great. That little dog. There's always dogs invading my videos. I'm like the animal magnet, dog whisperer. They just always flock towards me. I don't know what it is. Number two, when it comes to discipline, is you have to compare yourself to the best version of yourself, not to anybody else. Although you can do this in a sense every now and then if it gives you motivation, if you're doing it in a positive way. But mainly, you want to compare yourself to the best version of yourself. What would your enemy do right now? I've spoke about your enemy before. Your enemy is just you, but he's the version of you that does everything that he's supposed to do regardless of how he feels. He speaks to every beautiful girl, he goes to the gym every single day, works out every single day, does all his business work every single day, regardless whether he's tired or scared or nervous or he doesn't feel as good. Whatever the reasons are, he still does what he needs to do. That is why he's the best version of you. And you could be this guy if you did the same things that he did. Now, I want you to compare yourself to him when you feel like, oh, I don't really feel like it, I can't really be bothered. Think to yourself, what would the best version of myself do right now? Because when you have that image in your head of like, okay, I know the man that I want to be, I know the lifestyle that he has, the women that he's got, the money, the success, the happiness, the mental health that he's got, I want to be that guy because he's just me. There's no excuse why I can't be him. He's me. He's got the exact same genetics, the exact same person. I could be that guy if I just did the right things. But currently I'm not because I don't feel like it. My enemy doesn't give a shit what he feels like. He still does it anyway. So it's important to remember that. And I did it before I started recording these videos. I was like, I really, really cannot be bothered. I can't be asked. I just want to sit here, enjoy the sun, get some vitamin D, and just chill out and not have to think, not have to, because it takes energy to do this. If any of you guys are YouTubers, you understand it takes a lot of mental energy. It drains your energy, giving your wisdom, knowledge, and energy to the camera, to you. I'm giving it to you right now. You're feeding off of my positive energy that I'm giving to you. So it takes energy for me to do that. And a lot of the time I don't feel like doing that. However, it needs to be done because if I don't do it, guess what? Deteriorating. So I got to do something. I got to give it just a bit of energy to keep progressing. And I compared myself to the best version of myself, the guy that has everything that I want in life. How would he act on a day-to-day? He would do this regardless. He doesn't give a fuck if he feels tired. He does it because he knows he needs to do it. He's got that ultimate elite level discipline. And I want to be that guy because he's me. He's the better version of myself. That is who I compare myself to all the time. And it's important to have this mindset of, even when especially when you don't feel like it, like Hamza says, especially when you don't feel like it, you've got to do the work. Because imagine in a situation where you don't have another choice. For example, this is one that just popped into my head right now. I'm freestyling, I don't have a script. Let's say you're out of town somewhere. You're in a different city for one day, okay? You know that you're not going to come back there anytime soon. You're in a gym in this city that you don't usually go to, and you see a gorgeous, beautiful girl, your dream girl, 10 out of 10. She's everything you could ever wish for in a girl. You see her, she's over there in the gym. Now, today you feel a bit insecure, you feel a bit down, you feel a bit unsocial, you don't really want to speak, you just want to do your workout with your headphones in and go home. That's how you feel today. But there's a gorgeous girl over there that you would literally love to be with. She's your dream girl. Imagine her. She's in the gym over there in the corner doing fucking hip thrusts. Now, you are only in this city for one day. You're not going to go and see her tomorrow because you're leaving tomorrow. Okay? Now, you don't feel like going and talking to her. You don't feel like going approaching her, introducing yourself, getting to know her, maybe getting a number. You don't feel like doing that right now because you're feeling a bit insecure, or you're feeling a bit tired, or you're feeling a bit unsocial. But you're not going to see her again. This is your only opportunity. So you have to muster upon some discipline to go over there and do what you know needs to be done in this situation, regardless of how you feel. Okay? Because at least then you can say you've tried. Even if you don't have the outcome that you expected or wanted, at least you can say, I did my absolute best in that present moment. So when you look back on it, there's no regrets. I did my best. Even if these videos come out shit, even if I'm stuttering, even if they don't make sense, at least I can look back and say, you know what, I fucking tried. At least I worked on the things that I could control. Okay? That's how you have to see it. And again, a little side tangent, but in terms of building up your discipline on a day-to-day basis, just do things that make your life harder. Find any way possible that makes your life that little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more fearful. Even if it's, for example, right now in the park, I feel a bit unsocial. Let's just say that happened. I don't, actually, I'm feeling quite good today. But let's just say I feel a bit unsocial. I don't really want to talk to anybody. I want to just, walk through the park, go home, do whatever. I want to stay a bit recluse today. So in that sense, when I walk past people, I have two choices. I can either just walk straight past them and do what feels more comfortable, or I can be disciplined, and even though I don't feel like it, I can say hello to them. Good morning. Something as simple as that, just greeting them. Because I know that not only do we both benefit off of that positive energy, okay, we both benefit off social connection. It's one of the best things for everyone's mental health. So by me saying good morning, it snaps them into a present mindset. They say good morning back, boom. We're both feeding off of that positive energy. It improves my social skills, my confidence, and my discipline. So there's so many positives that have to be taken from this situation. Therefore, it's something that I need to do in a sense, isn't it? It's much better for me to go and say hello to somebody when I'm walking past them, rather than just putting my head down. But some days you're not going to feel like doing that, which requires discipline. So even if it's something as small as that, I don't really feel like saying hello to people in the park today, do it, because that'll build up your discipline. You're doing push-ups in the morning. Usually you set yourself a target. Let me just readjust because I'm falling off the tree. Usually you set yourself a target of 50 push-ups. Push yourself a bit harder. Right, we're going to do an extra 10. I don't feel like doing it, but we're going to do an extra 10. every little way of making your life just a bit more difficult on a day-to-day basis, you need to embrace that, because that will build your willpower and discipline over time. Okay, just push yourself that little bit further every single day. Find things that make you feel scared, find things that makes you feel uncomfortable. Do things you don't really feel like doing, but you know they need to be done, even if it's on a small scale, like for example, washing your clothes. I don't really feel like putting a wash on today, do it. I don't really feel like washing my dishes, fucking do it. And before you know it, these things will become habitual. You don't even have to think about it. It's like, yeah, just do it. That's just who I am. And it's a really, really good feeling. So keep that in mind next time you feel like, oh, I can't really be bothered doing it. I don't really feel like doing it. I just want to sit here and chill out. I don't really want to go to the gym today. What would your enemy do? What would the best version of yourself do in this situation right now? Which man do you want to be? Do you want to be the loser that just does what he feels like? Or do you want to be the best version of yourself? Okay, you got to remember that next time. So keep that in mind. The coaching is down below in the description if you want to learn more from me on a personal level. I can take you from the person you are today, 60 minutes of your time, straight to the top. You can bypass all the mistakes that I had to make when I was your age and literally just go straight to the top. It's such a wise decision to make, right? And the money that you invest, you'll make back tenfold, you know, in a couple of months, because of the knowledge, the network, the positive energy you're getting from it, the mindset switch. Rather than having to wake up and focusing on this problem and your porn addiction and, oh, I can't get girls, or your social skills are shit. Rather than having to focus on these very trivial, small time issues, you can just wake up and do what you know needs to be done. You can wake up and just make some fucking money. You can wake up and just focus on your business. You guys see the horses in the background? Pretty cool. Yeah? So rather than waking up and thinking, well, I would be happy or I would be able to be motivated, but I've got this problem, come and sort that problem out with me as a team. And then when you next wake up, you can just focus on the business. You can focus on the things that you need to do to become the man you want to be and skyrocket your growth. You don't have to worry about, well, I would be able to focus on my business, but I'm addicted to porn. Like, you don't have to do that shit. I've been there and done it. Just come and learn from someone that's been there and done it, rather than literally saving yourself years of hardship of trying to learn how to master your sexual energy, trying to learn how to master your porn addiction, your urges. Rather than spending years of trial and error trying to do that, just learn from someone that's been there and done it. In 60 minutes, you'll know what to do. And then the next day, you can wake up and do what you know needs to be done. Understood? Look after yourself, stay safe, get some vitamin D, get some daylight on your skin. Have a positive day. I'll see you soon. Bye.